The Where is the Thumb song is a little conversation between our fingers. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to do 3 things, and they are: learn the Inuktitut names of our hand and digits, ask a few questions and play a little game in Inuktitut, and learn to sing a children's song in Inuktitut. This song will be divided into 5 sections, and they are: go over the English translation, listen to the song being sung in Inuktitut, learn the Inuktitut names of the hand and the digits, learn to ask and answer questions in Inuktitut, and practice singing the song. Please fill out the hand diagram with Inuktitut names that we'll identify in this section. Are you guys ready? Alright, let's begin. Let's go over the lyrics translated into English. In the Where is the Thumb song, the fingers are taking turns having the same conversation with each other. The lyrics translated into English are: where's the thumb? Where is the thumb? Here it is, here it is. How are you doing today? Doing fine today. Let us leave, let us leave. Where is the index finger? Where is the index finger? Here it is, here it is. How are you doing today? Doing fine today. Let us leave, let us leave. Where is the middle finger? Where is the middle finger? Here it is, here it is. How are you doing today? Doing fine today. Let us leave, let us leave. Where is the ring finger? Where is the ring finger? Here it is, here it is. How are you doing today? Doing fine today. Let us leave, let us leave. Where is the pinky finger? Where is the pinky finger? Here it is, here it is. How are you doing today? Doing fine today. Let us leave, let us leave. Where is the hand? Where is the hand? Here it is, here it is. How are you doing today? Doing fine today. Let us leave, let us leave. Please note, the hand is not traditionally included in the song, but I added it to sum up the whole hand. Now that we know what we're going to learn, let's turn to the Inuktitut version. Let's listen to the song Where is the Thumb in Inuktitut before we learn to pronounce each word. Please listen carefully to the sound each word makes. The song will be sung in a normal tempo. Are you ready? All right. Naugli kullu, uvvauna, qanuipi ullumi, aulalu, naugli tikik, uvvauna, Kanui pe ulumi, kanuingi ulumi, aula lu, aula lu. Now lick a duck, now lick a duck, uvana, uvana. Kanui pe ulumi, kanuingi ulumi, aula lu, aula lu. Now li mikilera, now li mikilera. Uvauna, uvauna. Kanui pe ulumi, kanuingi ulumi, aula lu, aula lu. Now li ikikok, now li ikikok. Uvauna, uvauna. Kanui pe ulumi, kanuingi ulumi, aula lu, aula lu. Nagli aga, uvauna, uvauna. Kanui pe ulumi, kanuingi ulumi, aula lu, aula lu. Now that we know what we're up against, let's work to decipher it. We'll start with the 6 anatomical terms and then move on to the Inuktitut conversation. Let's learn the name for each digit and hand following the song, from the thumb to the pinky, and then the hand. The song will be sung in a normal tempo. Are you ready? Alright. The Inuktitut word for the thumb is kullu, 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 kullu. The Inuktitut word for the index finger is tikek, 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 tikek. The Inuktitut word for the middle finger is kateklek, kateklek, ke, tek, lek, kateklek. The Inuktitut word for the ring finger is mikilerak, 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 mikilerak. The Inuktitut word for the pinky finger is ekekok, 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 ekekok. The Inuktitut word for the hand is aga, 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 aga. Congratulations for learning all the Inuktitut anatomical terms for this lesson. A job well done, guys. Yay! Once again, here are the Inuktitut anatomical terms for the fingers and for the hand. Kullu, tikek, kateklek, mikilerak, ekekok, aga. Please note, The proper word for the index finger was being taught in this lesson. However, in the song, the first letter is elongated to follow the rhythm. The term for the index finger. Proper term, ticket. Term in the lyrics, ticket. When you are reviewing your material, please remember the difference between the proper and the lyrical term for the index finger in Inuktitut. Also note about the index finger. A thimble has the same Inuktitut name as the index finger. Surprise! Now you know another Inuktitut name for something. Index finger, thimble, ticket. Alright, now that we learned the variable or Inuktitut anatomical words, let's learn to have a short Inuktitut conversation and play a game. During this lesson, the finger terms will be used to build your vocabulary. Let's remind ourselves of the English translation before we learn the Inuktitut conversation. Where is the digit? Where is the digit? Here it is. Here it is. How are you today? Doing fine today. Let us leave. Let us leave. Alright, let's start with the first question and answer. The first question and response is a fun game to play with Inuktitut speaking children. It is equivalent to the I Spy game. Where's the item? Where's the item? Here it is. Here it is. Just like the I Spy game, the variable item could be replaced with any item or noun. Where is the item? Let's learn in Inuktitut. The Inuktitut word for where is the is naugli. 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 Awesome. Now let's learn how the other finger responds. Here it is. The Inuktitut phrase, here it is, could be broken down into two by dividing the Inuktitut word into here and this. Let's look at each of them. The Inuktitut word for here is uva. 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 The Inuktitut word for this is una. 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 When you combine the two, you get here it is or uvona. Uvona. Uva una. Uvona. Note, proper words for where is the and here it is were taught in this lesson. The elongated sounds for these two phrases has the same concept as the index finger modification. Where is the And here it is, our Naugli and Uvauna, respectively. Let's practice this question and response using the digits of our hand in Inuktitut. Let's begin. Naugli kullu, Naugli kullu, Uvauna, Uvauna, Naugli tikik, Naugli tikik, Uvauna, Uvauna, Naugli kitiklik, Naugli kitiklik, Uvauna, Uvauna, Naugli mikilra, Naugli mikilra, Uvauna, Uvauna, Naugli ikikko, Naugli ikikko, Uvauna, Uvauna. That's awesome. Now you can play a guessing game in Inuktitut. Congratulations! Our next set of questions and answers could be used to reach a variety of Inuktitut speakers in Nunavut. And you may have even learned them before. And they are: how are you doing today? Doing fine today. The Inuktitut words for how are you doing today are Kanuipi ulumi. We'll start with how are you doing? And then today, and finish off with doing fine. The Inuktitut word for how are you doing is Kanuipi. Kanuipi. Ka nui p. Kanuipi. The Inuktitut word for today is Ullumi. 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 How are you doing today? Kanuipi ullumi. The response to that question is doing fine today. Kanuingi ullumi. Doing fine. Kanuingi. Ka nui ngi. Kanuingi. Do you remember the Inuktitut word for today? What is it? Yes, exactly. It's ullumi. Combine the two and you get doing fine today. Kanuingi ullumi. Note about how are you doing. Traditionally, Inuit did not ask how they are doing upon encountering each other. It is now a common courtesy to ask your family and friends how they are doing when you first see them. You can ask someone, how are you in Inuktitut? Kanuipi. Or, how are you doing today? Kanuipi ullumi. Note about doing fine. A suffix is missing to describe I am, we are, etc. doing fine to follow the rhythm of the song. Regardless, it is still understandable to say doing fine in response to how are you. This phrase is just shortened version of I am fine. Kanuingi. And finally, the last Inuktitut word is applicable to this lesson, and it is let us leave. The Inuktitut word for let us leave is aulaklu. 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 This last line is more like a person asking a directive question to see if we could leave. Once again, let us leave in Inuktitut is aulaklu. Let's sing the second verse twice. How are you doing today? Doing fine today. Let us leave. Let us leave. Kanui pe ulumi, kanui nge ulumi, aulaklu, aulaklu. Kanui pe ulumi, kanui nge ulumi, aulaklu, aulaklu. Hooray, you did it! You learned the whole song in Inuktitut filled with applicable lines outside our studies. Let's finish off this lesson by singing the entire song in Inuktitut. Are you ready? Here we go. Naugli kullu, uvvauna, kanui pe ulumi, kanui nge ulumi, aulaklu, aulaklu. Naugli tikik, uvvauna, kanui pe ulumi, kanui nge ulumi, aulaklu, aulaklu. Naugli katiklek, uvvauna, kanui pe ulumi, kanui nge ulumi, aulaklu, aulaklu. Naugli mikilera, uvvauna, kanui pe ulumi, kanui nge ulumi, aulaklu, aulaklu. Naugli ikikok, uvvauna, kanui pe ulumi, kanui nge ulumi, aulaklu, aulaklu. Naugli aga, uvvauna, kanui pe ulumi, kanui nge ulumi, aulaklu, aulaklu. I am very glad you have learned this much about Inuktitut and the anatomical terms the Inuit inherited from their ancestors. Congratulations! This song is also on your computer, and it is called Where's the Thumb? Inuktitut Children's Song. Please take 5 minutes to listen to the song on your own time, and then take a 10-minute break. When we come back, we're going to review today's lesson and finish off for the day. Are there any questions? All right, we'll see you in 15 minutes. In today's class, we learned our first